Hi guys! So I'm finally getting around to filming this video. For those of you that are new here, I am in nursing school and I just wanted to kind of like film each semester. Just like a little recap about it, what I learned, and just like tips and stuff, because I find myself gravitating towards these videos since I've been in nursing school, because it's just really cool for me to like look at other people, see their experiences, and I guess just kind of like relate to other people that are going through the same thing as you, because nursing school is a lot. My mom's a nurse and she said that nursing school is one of the worst times of her life, not trying to like be negative or anything, but just like the demand on school and how much of your time it takes up. And like I want to be out like with my friends doing things, but you have to say no to that and be studying a lot. So she said though that like she never wants to retire. It's like she loves it, it's worth it. Don't give up basically. And I am just excited to be able to like look back at this like once I am a nurse and how I was feeling and my experiences, and I don't know, it's like a little memory book. So that's where like this channel is going and everything, and I hope you enjoy the videos and the content. And anytime you have any suggestions or ideas or anything, just leave them in the comments down below. And yes, so a little recap on my school. So I'm getting my associate's degree in nursing from a local community college, and we have 2 days of clinical, 1 day of lab, and 1 day of theory until we get to our second year. Our semesters are really fast paced. They're 7.5 weeks and we have 8 rotations of those. So you have like an exam basically every single week, and you're just like all over the place. Like labs different than school, your clinicals change all the time, so it's a lot. But so my last rotation was OB, and I was not looking forward to this clinical rotation. I love kids and everything, but I'm just like babies and like newborn babies, I just feel like it's like so different obviously than treating like someone my age, like an older adult and stuff like that, and it's just so precious. So I was really nervous, but I like fell in love with it. Like I loved the entire rotation. I learned so much. Like it was so cool. I got to see like a tubal ligation, I got to see a vaginal birth, I got to see a bunch of newborn babies, like I got to go in the OR room. It was so neat to see like all the stuff that like goes into it. And just like nursing as a whole and any healthcare profession, it was such a teamwork driven thing, and I just love that so much. And I love talking to all the nurses and just getting their input and stuff, and just learning. There's always stuff to learn. So if you say like you're bored in clinicals or whatever, you have to like reach out to like do different things, because there's always stuff to do, or like questions to ask, or things people will show you. My nurse was really cool. She let me like play with the placenta, and it just is cool to see stuff that you're learning about in real life. So yeah, I like really enjoyed the rotation. It was hard for me, like test wise. I ended up doing good, like I passed the class and everything, but just like the NCLEX style questions, I guess I found myself reading way too deep into questions. Like I thoroughly knew the material, like studied a lot, like 5 hours every single day is what I kind of time blocked myself into, and I would overanalyze the questions, get stupid stuff wrong. And in nursing school there's really no room for error like that, because every point counts. If I had a friend that failed literally by 1 point, and how devastating would that be? So you don't want like any stupid mistakes, because that could be the point, pass or fail. So I kind of wanted to talk in this video just about like tips and tricks for like studying and getting good grades, because first semester was like so easy to me. Like I was acing everything. It was 15 weeks because it was introduction. So the first semester is always 15 weeks because they're just kind of introducing you into it, like teaching you the basics, all that stuff. But then now it was my first 7.5 week, which I like. It's like really fast paced, but it is like a lot. Like you're constantly learning new material. You definitely cannot fall behind. So I kind of wanted to center this video around that because I feel like it can help anyone no matter what stage of nursing you are in, or even just like in school and stuff. Like if you're not going to be a nurse, like anything, I think that this would be helpful. So I kind of wrote some stuff down here, and the first thing on my list, I said to use your time wisely, because time is everything and you're so exhausted and school just takes up a bunch of your time. So you have to like get a planner. First of all, get a planner. What I do is I write down my whole week and then I time block time throughout my day, like either before class, after clinical, after lab, my day off, whatever. I literally time block in there and I write it in there so that way I know that I literally just like dedicate it to school. And I bought a little timer and I will set it for an hour increments, and I put my phone away, everything for that hour until the buzzer goes off. I'm just doing school. And then once the buzzer goes off, I'll get up, like go to the bathroom, get a snack, get a drink, do a load of laundry, whatever, because I don't live at home. I'm renting an apartment with my boyfriend, and that is a whole nother workload on itself with going to nursing school. So definitely schedule time in, and I would say every single day, 7 days a week, do something for school. Like it's better to be over prepared and to be like ahead of like the homework assignments, like the online quizzes, all this stuff, than to be like, oh my gosh, like I totally forgot that that's due today. I need to do it really quick. And it also enhances your learning. I found too that if you stay on top of like your schoolwork and studying, and you do a little studying every single day, the tests are less overwhelming because you've been constantly reading the material, learning about the material. I don't think nursing school you can really cram study into it because it's not like yes or no answers. It's very situational, circumstantial. So you have to like really understand what you're learning, because it's not just going to be like, so what medication do you give for this? It's going to be like, what side effects if this person has CHF and well, I don't know. Like if you're in nursing school, you understand, but it's definitely not just like there's always going to be like two answers and what's the best answer. So I think that if you really know the material and stuff, it will help you. So my number one thing is definitely time management, prioritize, time blocking, and a calendar or whatever, because you really need to be organized in school, and it's just going to set you up for success in every aspect of your life. And I feel like it really helps you put into perspective like what's important and what's not, and make sure your schooling is coming first, because you are going to be a nurse. You do need to know the material. You're going to be like affecting people's lives. Everything that you're learning you need to know. So yeah, that's like my number one tip. Second, I would say like change it up. So I learned like so undergrad, I literally would just like study my notes and go to class and take the exam. That doesn't really work for me anymore with my study material. So I have to like make flashcards. I have to read the book if I don't understand something. I have to write out notes, and I go on Quizlet and type in like whatever unit we're learning about, and that way it asks me questions and I'm like thinking about what I'm learning. So I'm putting it into context versus just like reading it thinking, yeah, I understand it, but then once you quiz yourself on it, you're like, oh, I was thinking about that wrong, or yeah, that makes more sense. It just makes it stick more. So I would say like diversify the way that you are studying. Like I said, make flashcards, read, do notes, and Quizlet. Those are the main 4 things, and I think that that really is going to help your learning. I also do think that study groups are important. I'm not that good in them because I like to like know the material first and then go and like talk to people about it. But I found that in nursing school, like I literally have like very minimal time, and just like when you get together with people, you like tend to get off topic and stuff like that. And I found myself getting very frustrated because what I can get done by myself in an hour time chunk would take like a couple hours, like with other people. And that just frustrated me because I just like to get stuff done, to use my time wisely, because I do work as well. So it's just a lot. So I would say that it definitely helps, but just make sure like you're like, oh, I can only be here for like an hour, like let's make sure we get stuff done. Or if you have a whole day, just do what works for you. But I do think it does help talking with other people about what you're learning, because there's definitely been instances where I thought that I understood the material and then they're like, no, that's not what she meant by it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I talked to you, because that could have been a question wrong on an exam just because I was interpreting it wrong. And like I said, that would be a silly mistake, and we don't want silly mistakes in nursing school. So definitely talk to people if you have questions, like reach out to people, reach out to your instructor, watch YouTube videos. I will link the girl down below that I watch. She has free quizzes on her website as well, and it's just nice to get like another person's way of teaching stuff. I will say in school, don't go by what people tell you in clinical, go by what your book says and what your professor says, because it doesn't matter what Google says, it doesn't matter what they do in the hospital you're at, it matters what your book says and what your professor says. Whether that be like a baby's heart rate or the temperature that is standard, because as you will learn, every hospital has different protocols, all this stuff. So just that'll save you time. Don't argue with your professor. It's not going to be worth it. She's going to say, what did I say and what did the book say? So just save yourself like with that. So that can kind of get confusing when you're trying to learn like what the hospital's protocols are and then what the school protocols are. But just when you're taking tests, just know the difference on that. The third thing is try to get enough sleep, because I just think that cognitively it is very hard to do well on exams and stuff when you did an all-nighter, or you are like super drained, didn't eat, didn't sleep very much, like you're just not thinking properly. So I would just try to get enough sleep, and that's when the time blocking comes in, so that way you're not like crammed like doing things, but you prepared throughout the week that you were able to get enough sleep. There's people, I just hats off to them, they would go to clinical and then go to work third shift and then wake up and go to class. I was like, I cannot function that way, but hats off to you. But they're just like the walking zombies, and I feel so bad for them. But you know, life's life and you do what you gotta do, and people make it work. But I'm just telling you like my advice and what's working for me so far, to hopefully help you. So you don't like go insane, basically, I would try to schedule like one fun thing for you, like a week that you can look forward to. Maybe that's like getting a massage, going to the park, going to the movies, out with friends, seeing a play, whatever it may be. I think that you shouldn't hate your life while you're in nursing school, but like you have to still live. And I think that when you're just studying all the time, it almost is like counterintuitive, and once you like take a break and have like that mental clarity and stuff, like you're more like ready to jump back into school and you feel more like motivated again. But I definitely think that you can overdo it in things, so one day a week, maybe more if you can, just schedule stuff in for yourself. And then I kind of wanted to end this off. I went to my doctor, she's a nurse practitioner actually, and she was like, oh, you're in nursing school, I just gotta tell you, like, you're gonna do it. Just think, this is how I got through school. She was like, every exam, that's one less exam you're gonna have to take, that's one less dirty look you're gonna have to get from a nurse and clinical. She's like, one less everything, one less rotation, one less book you're gonna have to buy, like just one less. And she said, look at it that way, because you're gonna get through it, and you have to have like a good mindset about stuff, and you're just in here for the short term. And nursing school, it's gonna prepare you to be a great nurse, but it's like, it's all gonna go by so fast. So that's what she told me, and I thought that that was really good advice, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you liked this video, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck on your exams. All right, we'll see you guys in my next video.